Are you a woman in business? Are you looking to join the growing ranks of female entrepreneurs taking over the world? You've come to the right place. On Babes in Business, we'll be covering all things business from the female perspective and giving you the tools to empower you on your journey. So now, let's get ready to be empowered on Babes in Business. I'm stuck in the 90s.
I'm covered in glitter. How did this happen?
It's the vibe.
Oh, I think
Hello, we are on and we're having a full-blown conversation about glitter because we are just oozing glitter tonight out of our pores. This is a very special edition of Babes in Business and we're so happy you're here. We have repeat offender, second-time guest, Christina Nicholson of Media Maven here with us tonight. However, I have to send a special thank you to Megan Heward, the phenomenal photographer who was here with us last week. She gave away a full-blown boudoir photo shoot session. I did not win. I'm pretty bummed, but Christina won.
I won. I
How
called
do you? You're just a winner every day.
I am excited. I saw that she was giving something away, and I have shot with her twice already, which I will share some of those pictures on Facebook after my Christmas cards are delivered and after Christmas, so you can see them. So I was really excited to win something from her because she's amazing.
I mean, before we even finished giving away the phone number,
yeah,
Christina was on the line winning. I mean, I really appreciate the support. Let me tell you.
That's how you need to do it.
That's how you need to do it.
If you want to win something.
I don't know if you see all of this goodness we have going on here tonight. We've got a bunch of props, which we are going to be fully describing to you. We are doing a giveaway this evening. Phone number is 888, right?
I don't know. There's a number here.
555-1470.
No. What's this one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can they call this number?
561-988-5470. Oh my God. No, I was right.
What?
It's on the bottom. 888-565-1470.
Oh.
We're giving away a free strategy session with the both of us. And if you're wondering why it would be with the both of us, we'll explain that later. But what you need to do to win is figure out the number of days between now and the Blog Her conference in Orlando in June. We're taking a road trip. We're dying to start counting down here, but neither one of us are very good at math.
No.
So please figure it out for us. All right.
Should we say what Blog Her is? Should we tell everybody?
Sure.
Do you know what Blog Her is, peeps? I'll tell you what it is. It's a big conference with a whole bunch of bloggers, and Michelle and I are shacking up together, and we're driving there, and we will listen to nothing but the finest country music the entire way there.
We are not listening to country music.
Yes, we are.
I think that you are confused, and I think that, I mean, if you want to do that to me, then just prepare to have the worst weekend ever, because I'm going to be blasting Dave Matthews and Bob Marley concurrently.
No.
Well, so then you better lay off.
We'll video this road trip for y'all so you can watch it.
We will. We'll be Facebook Living the whole road
Please
trip. But
let
first,
us
we
know
need
the
to know how
countdown.
many days.
Yeah,
What
we
is
don't
the
know.
countdown? Somebody call and let us know. So today's show is going to be a little bit different. We already know Christina. We know how fabulous she is. We know she's a publicist. She's a videographer. She does all this amazing stuff to help her clients get recognized by the media and doing it in a really strategic way. I fell in love with Christina, actually. For her strategy. She would always sit me down and be like, so how are you handling these issues? And do you plan your day like this?
Well, I don't think I say
and
it like
started
that.
to, well, not that nice.
That was very eloquent.
Yeah.
I don't speak very eloquently to you.
I mean, whatever. The point is, I'm trying to make a point. You've got strategy, and I need that. So I've been very thankful that you've been able to sit me down and be my accountability partner. And in being accountability partners, we've figured out the best tips and strategies for entrepreneurs, small business owners for 2017.
Yeah.
And I don't even think you realized when we sat down to have this conversation how helpful some of those tips would be to those of us who have either started our own businesses or are hoping to start. So give it to us. Can you give us one?
Okay, so we'll do the first one that you have there. I brought this for you.
Okay.
Okay, and I have this on my blog, so if anybody wants it, you can get it at mascaramavenandmore.com.
We have a call.
No,
Wait,
we don't.
We have a call. Wendy, are you there?
No, it's not Wendy.
It is. Is it Wendy
Hello.
Weiner?
It is me.
Yay!
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
How's it going in resume world? Wendy is a former attorney turned very, very notable resume writer. This girl's published everywhere. I mean, you've got the goods, girl. Do you also have a countdown for us?
I believe, I'm not good at math, but I believe it's somewhere around 167, 168 days.
That's it?
Okay.
We'll take your word for it.
Yay, Wendy wins.
You win whatever you want with whoever you want,
whatever
Wendy.
you want, you got it.
All right, awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, Wendy. Try not to sound so excited. I'll see you this weekend.
I am really excited.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
Bye.
Wendy. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Wendy. I actually helped Wendy get in fast company with a tweet.
Really?
Yeah, somebody was looking for something. They needed a source for something in Fast Company, and I retweeted it, and I tagged Wendy, and she reached out to the writer, and she got
I
published
like
in
that.
Fast Company
See,
that
strategy.
way. Yeah.
You're all about strategy. So all right. So one of the things that really resonated with me the last time Christina and I spoke to sort of start planning the new year and what we're going to do for our businesses, she said, Michelle, you've got wonderful clients. You're out doing amazing things. You are constantly publishing your work, but how often are you sitting down and focusing on your business development? And that got me thinking. I don't have the time because when you're your own boss, right? Especially when you're a mom, you just want to make sure the clients are taken care of, your kids are fed and healthy. And at the end of the day, if you could still breathe, you're taking a shower. The last thing I'm doing is sitting down and really focusing on business development. So what was that amazing piece of advice you gave me?
I told you that you needed to start treating yourself like a client.
Treating yourself like a client is this is going to be our number one thing for 2017, because if you are really good at client facing business, if you're good at handling your clients, their needs, giving them what they want, you need to be doing the same thing for yourself. It's like the makeup artist.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so I was telling Michelle today, you don't go and get your makeup done by somebody who has terrible makeup. You want to get your makeup done by somebody who has amazing makeup. You need to practice what you preach. Like if somebody wants to take over my social media, if they want to take over my Instagram, but their Instagram is terrible, why would I let them take that over?
I know.
You need to practice what you preach.
Yeah.
And be your own client.
So that's step one. So we all know we could do a little bit better on the business development side. I'll admit it. I wish I had an extra day in the week to just focus on that. But for me to be able to do this, I'm going to have to organize a bit better, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm a little all over the place. We'll admit, my daughter goes to school on one end of town. I'm working from the other end of town. So what are we doing here? You brought me all these things.
Okay, yes.
Hook a sister up.
Yes. Okay, so I love planners and notebooks, and I couldn't find a planner. I found lots of different planners, and I liked little things here and there. But I think as an entrepreneur, you wear so many hats. You have to do the client work, like you said, but then you also have to do your own marketing, and then you have to do your own sales. It's like you have 3 full-time jobs in one. So you need to be organized, and you need to structure your time. So I created these printouts, if you are watching and not just listening.
She's not joking about these printouts
Yeah.
because she's so tightly branded that she used
My
the
font.
font from her website and her Facebook page and
My-
all her branding material
My Maven font, yeah.
on this
you know.
on this thing, which I love because I'm still a sucker for handwriting.
Oh,
So-
yeah. No, I love the old school writing. So you can get these on Mascara, Maven, and more if you search planner. So break it down. Every single day you have your list of things to do, the places you're going to be and who you're going to call. And I have this from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. You need to block off what you're doing when you're doing it. It's like when you say, oh, I'm going to go to the gym next week. Okay, if you say it like that, you're probably not going to go. But if you say, I'm going
Guilty.
to go, yes, me too. That is why I say I'm going to the gym Monday at 9:45 every day. When you plan specifically what you're going to do and when you're going to do it, and you write it down, and you give yourself time and give yourself extra time. If you think something's going to take an hour, then block off an hour and a half or 2 hours. And you write it down, and you don't go to sleep until your whole list of things to do for whatever day it is done.
I love it.
And that will keep you organized. So treat yourself like a client. You can do that between 8 and 10.
I love it. Now, I know one thing I do is I've definitely benefited from using Trello. Okay, if you're not using Trello yet and you're dealing with multiple clients, do yourselves a favor. Take the time to learn. It's so simple. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. It's the most, it keeps you accountable. You're setting due dates. You're making lists. You're attaching any work you complete in here. So if your computer crashes, you're saved. Trello's got your back.
You can access it from anywhere. Did you say
can
that already?
Access it from anywhere. There's
Yeah.
an app. I mean, it's amazing. I wake up and I already know what I have to look at. So Trello has been amazing for me, as well as my content marketing calendar. Do you have one of those?
I do it more like on this. So I print these out once a week, and I'll go through and say, like, Monday is my business blog, Friday is my lifestyle blog, Wednesday is Huffington Post. So I kind of do that, and I just have a list of things running, of ideas to post. So I guess I do. It's just not like on a legit calendar.
Okay, so for me, I've developed a content marketing calendar, and for anyone who is a writer and is writing multiple pieces every week for multiple clients, get in touch with me, michelledempsey.com. I would love to share my content marketing calendar with you because every Sunday night I sit down and I plan out based on my due dates in Trello, which days I'm writing, which days I'm editing, what needs to go where, when. And at the end of each day, I sort of just highlight everything I've completed. And that's my accountability tool between myself and my projects.
You highlight it where?
I highlight it. I don't print it. I keep mine on my
Like
screen.
you highlight it in Trello?
I highlight it in Microsoft Word.
Oh, in your calendar in Microsoft
In
Word.
my calendar in Microsoft Word, I developed my own.
Got it.
I mean, I'm a basic tech user, but I was very proud of this.
That's good. Like I created this. Like you create what you need if it doesn't
It's
exist.
like going to the supermarket without a list. I mean, I always lose my list anyway, but at least having it there, I have something to reference so that I don't go home without
what you need.
what I need, and then I get home and then I'm too lazy to go back for whatever I missed. It's the same thing when you're running a business. You've got way too many things to juggle. You have to keep yourself organized.
Yeah.
So on that note, we're going to break in 1 second. How are
Okay.
you today?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So excited to see you. It's always a
I'm
good day
excited
when
to
I
see you
you.
too. I'm excited for my birthday mug. You know, she knew there's a couple of things I needed in my life. One being a hug. Two
Got
being
it.
probably
Check.
a few $1 million and a trip to Hawaii.
Not giving her that.
But the other thing I needed was this mug that says that I'm building my empire. So cheers to you. Thank you. I'm
you.
going to go home and fill it up with something good.
And show the other present.
And my other present, which we're going to discuss after the break,
Oh,
is the
okay.
52 Lists Project. Again, she's a strategy girl. She's Christina Nicholson. She's about lists, accountability, kicking butt and taking names.
Yeah.
And we are going to break. I'm your host, Michelle Dempsey. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you soon. Thank you for listening to Babes in Business. And let me tell you, if you're looking for a lawyer, I've got the guy for you. The show is brought to you by the Dempsey Law Firm, PA, a civil litigation boutique specializing in personal injury and wills, trust, and estate planning. The firm founder and attorney, Elliot Dempsey, serves clients across South Florida for issues ranging from auto accidents and slip and falls to your basic will or trust to protect your loved ones. We've all got loved ones, so he's the right guy to call for it. The Dempsey Law Firm can be found online at www.thedempseylaw.com or call him by phone at 954-667-8120. Tell him Michelle sent you. And don't forget, change is the law of life. Thank you for listening to Babes in Business. I am your number one babe in business, your host, Michelle Dempsey of Very Well Written, the business I founded to help other entrepreneurs get their businesses off the ground with great content, strategy, branding, social media, editing, and anything in the way of words. I've got you covered, www.michelledempsey.com, or you can call me at 305-469-7500. Don't forget to tune in every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock to join me and a fellow babe in business talk all things business. Can't wait to see you there. Are you feeling empowered to be a babe in business? Just when you thought you had all the secrets, I'm getting ready to share some more. We'll see you there on Babes in Business. Oh, I was in the middle of Facebook.
I know. I wasn't ready. I was like looking.
Guys, we're back. Thank you for being back.
We're so
Here,
off the cuff
Babes
here.
in Business. I am your head babe in charge, Michelle Dempsey, with my second babe in command, Christina Nicholson. We're loving it. There's lots of great energy tonight because this is a very special edition of Babes in Business. You know us. We don't need to get into what we do, but we do need to get into our plans for 2017 and how we're going to kick butt, small business, entrepreneur style for the new year. Something Christina and I are always talking about, and I hear from so many people, friends, colleagues, anybody who is in business for themselves and just getting started, it's about setting their prices and sticking to them.
Yeah.
You yourself, we have spoken about oftentimes lowering prices when it felt right or in the beginning when you're really desperate to make some money. But I would say if you've established a name for yourself, I mean, do you still feel the need to lower your prices?
No, and I think I did when I started out. I was a terrible negotiator, and I was like, "Oh, you want to pay me to do something? What do you want to pay me? I'll do it." And I was making good money, but I was working like crazy, and that's not why I got into this business of being my own boss. So, what I do now is, if you want to pay me less, then you will get less. So for 2017, I have structured 2 different packages and then a la carte services. So if you can't afford this, you can have this. If you don't want this, you want this. You can have this. And then I also looked at what the average person was making in PR. And a colleague of mine actually sent me something, and the numbers were from 2014. And I am charging below average today as to what the average was in 2014.
And that makes me sad because as anyone who knows you knows Christina Nicholson is far from average. Far from it. You are a special character. No, but I know it becomes, you're sort of stuck on this. I want to get paid. I know this client doesn't want to pay as much as I'm asking, but once you start to earn the money and you start to value your work and the benefit that it brings, I know for what I do, my monthly retainer is just a small fraction of what the ROI is going to be.
Yeah.
Because if my work is leading customers to this business, my work could pay for itself in one shot, depending on the client.
That's
so
true.
I've tried to tell myself that, and I find that the people who haggle on price sometimes, or who get nasty when it comes time to talk money, are probably not the people you're going to want to work with.
No, you don't want them as clients. And the people, and I've had this experience where people have turned me down because, oh no, you're too expensive. They go with somebody cheaper, and that somebody cheaper was cheaper for a reason, and then they come back to me willing to pay the higher price
Right.
to get what they need.
And I'm typically getting the people who are already in business who need someone to clean up the mess. Either they hired a content writer who disappeared for, I love when I say, oh, I hired someone on Fiverr, I never got anything done. Right. So
Because that person was $5.
that person was $5. And if you want individualized attention, which I obviously provide, and I'm proud of that, you got to pony up. But the whole point of that is realizing your worth. In 2017, you started your business. I say this on my website. You started your business based on a passion, on a goal. You have to stick by that and honor that, even on the days where your phone's not ringing, nobody's emailing you. Make that a priority for 2017. Wake up every morning, stick that note on your bathroom mirror, and remind yourself why you're doing this, and remember your worth. Another thing we really need to talk about,
Yeah.
because you've opened my eyes to this too, Miss
Oh.
Maven,
Oh my gosh. What is it, Miss Dempsey?
goal setting. Why is goal
Yes,
setting so
okay.
important to you?
Okay, so important for us.
Be a goal digger.
Be a gold digger. I think I have a hat that says that. by
Gold
the
or
way.
goal?
Goal.
Yeah, goal. Okay.
Goal digger.
That's for you, Diana Fristacci. Goal digging.
So I always tell my clients, like, okay, well, where do you want to be when it comes to media? Oh, I just want media exposure. Oh, okay, well, there are thousands of media outlets out
Yeah.
there, and that doesn't tell me where to start or what to do. When you get super specific about your goals and you say, for example, I want to be in a business magazine. Okay, well, what business magazine? I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, well, what kind of business story are you telling? Who writes about, what kind of story you want to tell? When you really get specific about what your goals are, it makes it so much easier to achieve them because you know where to start. If you're very broad and generic, you don't know where to start and your head's like a cluster, you know what. So I think when it comes to goal setting, you need to be very specific about them. You need to share them with somebody.
For accountability.
Who is in your industry or works with the same audience you do or whatever.
No, I think you really need to actually choose your audience wisely for who you're sharing your goals with.
Yeah, because some people are shady. Well, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you do.
My shadar is sometimes turned off, so my shadar.
I can see that.
But I think you have to really find somebody you trust who's really going to want to see you succeed, not someone who's
Yes.
going to want to trample over you if you don't make your goals. So here's
and
my
will
thing
help
with
you
goals.
achieve your goals.
When I'm dealing with clients who I'm coaching or people who I'm consulting with, for me, like, look, we all want to be the best. We all want to make the most money. We all want that seat next to Tony Robbins, right? But you have to be realistic enough in your goals that there's a chance you can attain them, but you also need to push yourself out of your comfort zone enough. So there's sort of like, you have to really, when you're writing goals, don't make it something that you know you can do, no problem. Make it something that you know you have to push yourself for a little bit harder, because it's going to make reaching that goal feel that much better.
That's really good. Can you give us an example?
Can I give you an
of
example?
a time you stepped outside your comfort zone? Because that's the hardest part, I think, with the goal setting and going after the goals. Like, we all want all this business, but actually, like, going after it and asking for it when it comes down to it is out of a lot of people's comfort zones.
I knew when I wanted to get published by Huffington Post, back before they opened their platform to everybody with a laptop, that I had to work for it. No, but in the beginning of 2016, I told one of my clients, this is the year of Huffington Post. I got rejected the first couple of times, and I knew that I needed to find an angle with my story that would make me really vulnerable to the outside world. I had to really open up. I had to share my deepest feelings in order to have a piece worthy enough of HuffPo, which at the time was like my shrine. And I crushed that goal by March 31st.
Yes.
30th?
Whatever. First 3 months.
No, March 31st. I remember I was on my way to an event in Coral Gables when I found out. But I crushed that goal, and I was like, well, now what am I going to do? And my second goal, I'm accomplishing tomorrow. So I feel really good about that. But it's taken a lot of, it wasn't easy. I didn't just snap my fingers and say, okay, I'm going to meet this goal now. I really had to work for it. I had to put myself out there in ways that made me feel uncomfortable. But that feeling of uncomfortability is where the magic happens, I find.
No, you're right. And a lot of people don't goal set just because they're more like go with the flow. And I used to be like that. Like I just like go with the flow, plan day to day what I'm doing. Hopefully this will happen. If not, I'll try something else. But when I learned a little bit more about how important it is to have a goal and to write it down because you're more likely to achieve it, I set a goal to be on Smart Passive Income with Pat Flynn.
And she was just on Smart Passive Income.
And I did the interview in September, and
You're
it
building
just came
your
out.
Empire.
Yes, I bought Michelle these gifts because I secretly want her to return them to me later. Yeah, and that was a goal of mine, and I pitched him with a video instead of an email, and I just thought kind of outside the box. Granted, videos out of a lot of people's comfort zones, not so much mine, obviously, but like putting yourself, I'm not really afraid of rejection, and I think that's important too for everybody setting goals. Don't be afraid of rejection.
You know what? The rejection is kind of, it's like this bittersweet. For me, I was afraid of it and I wasn't used to it. So the first couple of times my work was rejected, I was like, oh, really? Like it lit a fire under my butt.
Okay.
Only because I was so dead set on making things happen. I don't know. It takes a long time in your life to find that place where you're determined no matter what. And I think once you find it a little bit, run with it. Like I said, even on the bad days, it's just worth it. It's worth the sleeplessness and it's worth the doubt. And, you just got to go for it and make something happen.
Rejection doesn't bother me for two reasons. One, it can lead to...
Because you are just so darn confident.
No, I just don't care. It's not even about being confident. It's about just not caring. Let me tell you why it doesn't bother me. Two reasons. One, it can lead to feedback that is helpful and can get you further later.
And for every door that's closed in your face.
Yes.
The universe brings you something else.
That's the worst that can happen. Somebody says no. You're in a no different spot than you were the day before. Like somebody says no. Okay, move on to the next.
This is why I love Christina Nicholson, you guys. She's I can count on one hand the keep it real kind of people I deal with, and you're one of them. And
you're one of mine.
I know, you just wrote me the most beautiful
This is why we're
card.
Lovers, secretly.
We are lovers. We're accountability partners.
Accountability lovers.
We're taking a road trip. All of these things and more. We have the 52 Lists Project, another gift that this beautiful being gave me. Another way to stay on top of your goals and your dreams and make lists, set deadlines, crush them, repeat. That's sort of my thing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you've given me a way to stay organized. Lord knows I need it. We're wrapping up in a minute.
No, we're not.
Yes,
Stop.
we are.
We're staying
Can you wrap it
longer.
up for us? What are our 3 top strategies for kicking businesses' butt in 2017?
Okay, number 1, have a specific schedule every day, hour by hour. Write down what you're doing and when you're doing it. Number 1.
Number 2, treat yourself like a client. Your business won't grow unless you water it. You have to give it the attention it deserves. Once a week, schedule it. Now that you're scheduling, use Trello, use a planner, use a marketing calendar, use something so that you know you're devoting time to your business to help it grow.
And number 3, set specific business goals. Super specific so you know where you can start and what you can do to achieve that goal.
And if you need any help in the process, obviously Christina and I are here for you. You can find me at michelledempsey.com. I'm here to offer you any help I can give you in the form of consulting, brand expertise, storytelling, content marketing. Christina, how can you help the people?
I can help you with almost anything you need, and if not, I will find somebody who can. I will outsource that.
That is the truth.
Oh, we're getting the countdown.
We're getting the countdown.
I'm at MediaMavenandMore.com, but if you want these amazing planner sheets for 2017, you can get those at MascaraMavenandMore.com and just search planner.
I want you guys to follow me to like my business page on Facebook, Michelle Dempsey, very well written. Follow me on Instagram at the Michelle Dempsey. Check out my website
Michelle Dempsey.
as much as you want because I'm constantly updating it with content. That would be very helpful to anybody who enjoys a good story, needs to feel motivated, needs to feel empowered. Tomorrow, Christina, you'll be very proud of me. I'm taping my first TV segment.
Yes. This girl was made for TV.
Taping my first TV segment. I'm excited to share what that is. And then I'm taping my second at the beginning of the new year. Boom. Thank you. Setting goals. I need a really big goal for
Boom.
2017, I think.
Sorry
about that. Okay, we are wrapping up. We want you to know that we have 3 more shows this year, and they're all going to be amazing. We have some great guests joining us next week. Thank you so much for listening. I am your host, Michelle Dempsey. I truly hope you keep it smart, keep it sassy, keep it successful, keep being a babe in business, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Like they say, all good things must come to an end. But the good news is we'll be back next week with more tips, more secrets, and more strategies to empower you on your business babe journey. Did you like something you heard today, or would you like to join us on the show? Please contact me now at 305-469-7500 or visit me on the web at www.michelledempsey.com. I look forward to connecting with you and helping you become a babe in business.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.